Hey guys, have you ever really got in your head? And I mean like really. Like, for example, if you were about to go get on the swings on the playground and someone ran ahead before you, you get really, really mad, right? But then your friend came up, so then you got happy. And all these emotions just kind of jumble up in your head, right? See all these colors? They all represent one feeling. But sometimes they get mixed up all together like a big, big rainbow. So now, imagine this is my head. 'Cause we're gonna try and go inside of it. And, past all the thoughts about ancient history, I think you'll find a plentiful amount of different emotions. And today, we're gonna go explore all of them. The good, the bad, and maybe even the scary. So, let's go ahead and look inside my brain. So now let's dive into the book about the color monster by Anna. So, since this book is a little different and very, very unique, I'm gonna read it to you in a special way. I'm gonna see a page and then I'm gonna show you guys. So you guys can see it pop up in real life. Come on, let's go. The color monster. This is my friend, the color monster. Today, he's all mixed up and very confused. He doesn't know why. Look at you. You're all over the place. This is my color monster. As you can see, it has lots of colors. And this is me, devoid of any color, really. Oof! That's because your feelings are all stirred together, and your colors too. Ooh, I know. Let's put each feeling in a different jar so we can look at it more closely. I can help if you'd like. So look at all these bottles. Are we ready to categorize our emotions into these little bottles? This is happiness. It shines yellow like the sun and twinkles like the stars. You feel bright and light. You laugh, you jump, you dance. You want to share this feeling with everyone. See how happy he is? He can jump. Look, he's jumping. This is sadness. It's gentle, like a blue rainy day. Sadness can make you cry. It can make you feel alone. But if you're sad, I'll hold your hand. Look, it can rain like in the blue sea. This is anger. It blazes red like fire. Anger can make you want to stomp and roar. Can we all stomp our feet and roar like on the ground, which I can't reach? You got like this, and you pout on the ground, but really nicely because some of you have neighbors downstairs. And then you roar really loud with your little claws. Roar! Because that's what anger feels like. And shout, it's not fair! Look at it. It's super big and it can yell at you like that. Wow. This is fear. Oh no. It is black like the night and hides in shadows like a scaredy cat. Being afraid can make you feel very, very small and alone. If you're scared, tell me why, and we'll walk through the forest together. Look at how big and vast that forest looks. It's super huge, isn't it? I'd be scared too. This is calm. It's quiet like the trees and soft like the leaves. Now you're calm. You breathe slowly and deeply. We're gonna go, because that's how calm breathes. You feel at peace. Here, we finished. Here are your feelings. Let's look at them together. So there's sadness, anger, calm, fear, and happiness. And they all have a color to go along with their feelings. That's blue for sad, red for anger, black for fear, green for calm, and yellow for happiness. But what is this? You look different, color monster. How do you feel now? Look at this one. How do you think this one feels? Is it sad? Is it happy? Or is it any of the emotions we said before? What emotion do you think this one is? How do you feel when I say that you might feel pink? Are you embarrassed? But he looks happy, right? And embarrassment usually doesn't mean happy. I'm out of ideas. If you guys can think of anything, please tell me in the comments down below. Now, we're gonna do something super cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find out a way where we can manage our own color monster, because I know I have one and I know each of you do too. So we're gonna figure out how we can analyze and talk about our feelings in an organized way. Let's go. Hi guys, I'm back on the ground and I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to do this. Well, I'm kind of lying. I'm gonna show you one way to do it and I'm gonna tell you one other way to do it, because there's so many different ways to do this. If you guys maybe own an iPad and one of those pencils, you guys can do it digitally as well. But I have 2 methods of doing it, and I'm going to tell you about one and do the other one. So the first one, which is the one I'm going to do, is I'm going to use a pre-made calendar, just like this one, and we're going to cover it with our feelings. The second one you can do is you can get a blank sketchbook, such as this one, and then you can make this kind of grid from scratch. You would need 7 boxes across and 6 boxes down, and so on and so forth. And you kind of just make a calendar the way that you see fit. And then you can write the top of the month and follow along just as we're doing now. If you're gonna pick this one and start on a blank piece of paper, I do highly recommend that you draw the grid before we get started. That's super important because I don't want you guys to stumble and follow along. I want you guys to follow along really well because this is all about recording our emotions in a precise way. So let's go ahead, and if you're going on paper, then please draw the grid and come back when you have the grid. So now we're gonna move on to this way of doing it. So first, I'm going to get a black marker and I'm gonna write the month. I'm gonna pick November for the upcoming month. And just like that, I've written November. I just added 2 exclamation marks. So then the second thing you wanna do is probably, with the help of an adult, pull up a calendar. And here is my calendar for November. So after having my calendar up, I'm going to notice where it starts and where it ends. So November apparently starts on a Saturday. How joyous. And I like to start my weeks on a Monday. So we're gonna go like this. Saturday's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. You get the picture, right? And we're gonna go all the way down to the end of the month, which is all the way down on the 30th. Let's just keep going. And 30. Now we've arrived at the end of the month. So you can go along as the days go by and write each one, but I've elected to write all of them at once. So now what I'm gonna do is you can do 2 things. Again, there's many ways you could do this. You can take some colored pieces of paper and cut them in the size of the square that we want. Or you can use a board marker in the color that you want. I'm electing the board marker. I think it's an easier cleanup. So I'm gonna go with red. So as we start with our red marker, I'm going to explain why I was angry today. Or I'm gonna elect to draw a shape. I'm gonna say I was angry today because I couldn't eat a snack. Because today, I didn't get a snack time, and I'm not very happy about that. It made me think that's really unfair because my brother got one, so why shouldn't I get one, right? I know. I couldn't get a snack, so I am feeling a little angry, so I'm going with red. Maybe the next day, I'm feeling a little blue because, Let's think about a reason why we might be blue. Because I didn't get to go outside. To play. I didn't get to go outside to play that day, so I'm feeling super blue. And, that's okay, and so on and so forth. That way, you get to fill up the entire calendar in whatever you'd like. You could talk about why you were sad, happy, why you felt loved, when you felt a little fearful. Like, for example, on the third day, that's when my big presentation is scheduled for. So I'm going to say, I felt fearful. I felt fearful because of my upcoming presentation. Oh my gosh, I ran out of room on this square. But sometimes you might feel a little big. Sometimes you might feel like 20 different colors. And that's the best part about this. You can match colors together. Sometimes I might feel super orange. And in this case, I'm gonna call this my feeling of anxiety or unhappiness. And I would say, I felt, and so on and so forth. And then on the right column, for which I have empty, and you can just make a separate sheet for this, you can make a little color coder. So say, for example, I'm gonna say orange equals, whatever feeling you have. And red can equal anger. And so on and so forth. And this way, you get to remember all your emotions on a nice little calendar. You know what the best part is of doing this on an erasable calendar? Is this. And just like that, every month you get a nice fresh calendar to go off of, and you get to talk about your feelings all the way through the month. And this way, not only will you have an organized way to log all your feelings together, you'll be able to see a colorful calendar at the end of the month showing you how you felt every day and like a little diary. And I think this would be a super fun thing to keep. So thank you guys for joining me again today, and I hope you really enjoyed this rendition of the Color Monster. And I hope you guys decide to come again for next week's video. Alright, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!